Hi, my name is James Preller. I'm a children's book author, and this video is going to be about one of the first books I ever made as a kid and what it was like as a kid to make my own books. I would say that the intended audience for this video will be, grades pre-K to grade 2, something like that. I am the youngest of 7 children. I have 4 older brothers, 2 older sisters. So I was the baby. My brothers and sisters would go off to school, and I would be home with my mom. And what I loved to do as a kid was draw pictures. I would draw and draw and draw. And somewhere during that time, I got the idea to start writing words with my pictures and begin to make my own books. I would tape pages together, staple pages together, and eventually I was making my own books and selling those books to the kids in my neighborhood. I sold a whole bunch of them, and fortunately my mom saved one. And I have it here. It's called Tarzan's Adventures, and it's great. Moms are terrific because they save everything you do, especially nowadays, right? So I made this book. The problem is when I started doing this, I didn't know how to write. I had the words swimming in my head, I knew the story, but I couldn't physically write the word. I didn't know how to do it. So I'd have to go to one of my brothers or sisters and find someone who would please, please, please write the words for me. Billy was off driving in his car, and Barbara's got a date with Bobby Jones, and she can't do it. But for this book, I distinctly remember my oldest brother, Neil, wrote the words for me. And I can see his touch even in some of the, I think he helped me. I think he edited. But I did write the price, and I don't know if you can, I hope you can see it there. It's supposed to be 12 cents. But because I'm a lefty, I'm a southpaw from Long Island. And at that time, I got a lot of my words and numbers backwards, right? So my B's looked like D's. The letter S always turned the wrong way. The letter K looked like someone squished a bug on the page. It was a mess. But eventually, over time, I turned it around. 2nd grade, 3rd grade. I don't make those mistakes anymore. But when I was younger, I did. Right. So here it is, Tarzan's Adventures. There's Tarzan up in a tree. I'll read this to you real quick. Why not, right? And Tarzan, he's flying around. And the lion, is he there? Yeah, there he is. And, I'm not an illustrator. I do not illustrate my books. I am an author. And somewhere along the line, I stopped drawing, which is kind of a sad thing. But, okay, here we go. Now our stories gets moving. There's Tarzan, and he says, I had better go down and fight that lion. Now, for me, honestly, if I were up in a tree and there was a lion down there, I'd be like, I'm totally going to stay in this tree. There's no way I'm not going down there. That would be the world's worst book. No one wants to read a book, Tarzan hugs a tree, So I knew, even at my young age, we needed things to happen. I wanted kung fu action. So let's see what happens now. So now, see, maybe this next story, and I love how like the back pages of this book are just scraps and whatnot. So maybe I knew at this time that I was not going to be an illustrator because this next picture, I wanted kung fu action. Tarzan the lion really going at it, high time. And if you look at this picture, well, let me show you. If you look at this picture, it looks like Dancing with the Stars, right? It's suddenly my action adventure story has morphed into some twisted love story between a lion and Tarzan. It's all gone wrong. But anyway, there they are. It's a big fight. By the way, my children grew up, I have 3 children. My children grew up with art supplies and paper and markers and paints, and they could do everything. When I was a kid, I didn't have any of that. I had to steal whatever I could get. So this, on the back page of this picture, is a Valentine's card I made for my mom. When she was done looking at it, it was like, good, can I have that back? Because I need that paper. Now here we go. Now we got a bad guy. Now we have some more action. This bad guy, we know he's bad. He's wearing a brown polyester suit in the jungle. So that is a sign of evil. Tarzan's going to fight him. One of the things we know as writers, should Tarzan just win the fight? Boom, boom, book over? No, that would be boring. We need Tarzan to struggle. We need it to be hard for him, and then we can root for him. So Tarzan's fighting this guy. Oh no, there he goes. The bad guy flips Tarzan into a bush, and I think I remember my brother telling me, advising me, because he says, your last turn, Tarzan. I couldn't have come up with that myself. My brother Neil did that. So now the bad guy, Tarzan is truly in bad shape, and he's got a dastardly plan because he's evil, and they all have bad guys always have very complicated, overly complicated plans. We know that. If you watched The Incredibles, they do a great riff on that. The bad guy, they never just kill the hero. It's always like the rock will come down the mountain and it will crush your toes, and then you'll fall and the alligator will bite. So I had something similar. So this bad guy, decides he's going to tie Tarzan to the tree. And if you can see here, we've got some bad news there. An alligator is coming. And now, of course, the bad guy is going to stand around and going to explain it to Tarzan, what's happening. And Tarzan says, what alligator? Did Tarzan go to high school? Does he have a high school degree, a GED? Nothing. I don't think. Good guy, tough guy, not the smartest one. So anyway, what happens? Tarzan breaks free. Finally breaks free. And, gross. The alligator turns and starts to chew on the bad guy's leg. Yeah, that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. And I think that I'm missing the blood. I think there should be more. I was probably out of red marker or something, because I feel like there should be blood kind of gushing everywhere. But oh well, maybe in revisions we could have got that. This last picture is funny, I think, because there's Tarzan. He goes swinging off, And I remember I interviewed Bruce Deegan once. Bruce Deegan's a great illustrator, and he did the Magic School Bus books. And I asked him, I said, Bruce, what's the hardest part about being an illustrator? He said, what's tough is like drawing the same character over and over again so it looks the same. Like you could draw him one time, okay, that's fine, but then you got to do it again and again and again. And every time, he's got to look the same. So like, for example, so here's Tarzan, pretty fit, pretty buff. Just a little bit later on, he's gained a tremendous amount of, it's like he's gone out to like an all-you-can-eat pasta joint and just he's going to explode. One other thing, here's the page, and I turned it around, and I discovered recently that this is my brother Al, his homework that he did in school. It's the conditions in Latin America around 1800 that made the blah, blah, blah. So he did his homework, and it occurred to me that, what did I do? I stole his homework because I needed the paper for my own book. So it occurred to me that Al probably went to school, good kid. Teacher says, bring out your homework folders, pass your homework forward, and he probably said, oh my God, I spent all night, I spent an hour doing that homework. Where did it go? Where's my homework? His little brother, Jimmy, I think I stole his homework. I took his homework. I needed it for my art. I needed that homework for my art. So I hope Al didn't get into too much trouble. If you see him, if you ever see my brother Al, he's an insurance man on Long Island, just, just don't mention this video. Don't let him know, because he'll be furious with me, and I cannot afford to have him angry with me. He'll cancel my homeowner's policy or something. So yeah, when I was young, I used to draw pictures at home. When I do school visits, I'll sometimes say, raise your hand if you draw pictures at home. And everybody raises their hand. Almost everybody does that. So all I'd say is, hey, add a couple of words to that. Maybe get some help. If you can't do it yourself, get your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, whoever takes care of you, whoever loves you, brother, sister. See if they can help you out. Team up, make a book together, and put a price on it. $1. Show it to grandma. She'll buy it. Show it to your neighbors. Sell some of those. I've lost a lot of books. I did a lot. They're gone. But I'm glad that my mom saved this one. Today, I still do the same thing. It's kind of bizarre. Here I am, 59 years old, and I'm still doing the same thing. I'm making books, and they're going out to stores, and they're being sold into the world. My newest book, it's actually coming out in June, is called All Welcome Here, illustrated by Mary Grand Prix. She's amazing. She did the Harry Potter books. I know. And so, look at that. So, anyway, that's coming out. I did that. For older readers, I have a new book called Blood Mountain. And I'll be making some videos about that and other things. Anyway, thank you. I hope I didn't go on too long. That is the books that I did as a kid. I hope that you do some books, and there's nothing to stop you. You don't have to wait to become a grown-up and write books. You can do it now. And if anyone wants to share that with me, I have a website, jamespreller.com. You can write to me. You can send me a page from your book. I can look at it. I'd love to see it. Maybe share it with my readers. Thank you. Have a great day. Your friend. Be well.